The History of South Okanagan Secondary School from the Beginning by Diana Roxo. After the first settlement in Oliver in 1921, there was a need for a school in the town for the children. The first school classroom was held in the United Church garage in 1921, and the teacher was Mr. Price. It was not long before the school population exceeded the accommodations of the one-room school. The overflow of students from the one-room school would attend classes at Elliott's restaurant across the street until 1923, when a two-room school was built near Fairview Road. After the school expanded to a new site, the old school was used for the Scouts and Cub Hall for many years, but today the building has been torn down. In 1929, a four-room school was built. This was considered to be a grand structure, having 4 classrooms, separate playrooms for boys and girls. As enrollment increased and school authorities realized that a larger school was now needed, they planned to build a school above the ditch. In 1939 to 1940, high school was taught in the basement rooms of Oliver Elementary School, with upstairs being used by 6 elementary school teachers. During 1948, the high school started to be built. The school was a good example of the trend of school architecture in the 1940s. Designed by Postal and Corner of Vancouver and built by Bennett and White, contractors, costing $750,000. It is built in a U shape with open ends facing the north. There is a spacious auditorium with a seating capacity of more than 700, which also serves as a theater with a stage and change rooms. The auditorium can be shut off from the rest of the school and has its own entrance. The gymnasium is at the east wing of the school and is available for community use as well. The cafeteria is found in the basement. All classrooms are found on the main floor except for the Home Economics Department, which shares the second floor with the school board offices. There are 13 regular classrooms on the main floor of the east wing and 11 specialized classrooms in the west wing. Among those classrooms are farm economics workshops, a word workshop, an agriculture and biology laboratory, and a chemistry and physics laboratory. The highlight of Oliver's school history so far was when the high school was opened on January 28, 1949. It was named South Okanagan Secondary School. The school was in need of some repairs coming into the 21st century, and there was meetings and plans to replace the old school with the new one. This caused some controversy in the town because of the Frank Venable Auditorium. The town just could not see it being taken down because of its history and importance in the town. There were fundraisers to keep the auditorium and just renovate it to keep it up to date. They had to come up with many fundraisers to come up with the money, about $475,000, and a grant of $125,000 to cover the repairs. In 2010, the renovation project was being discussed and plans for the new school were put into motion. There were different ideas for renovation. The first was tearing down the whole school and starting new. The second was to keep parts of the old school like the auditorium and shop classrooms and create new parts of the school around it. This was the option that the new school will be. The addition to the school will be built to LEED gold standard and will include a new library, computer lab, science classroom, super science lab, and new gymnasium. The renovated portion of Southern Okanagan Secondary was expected to open in the fall of 2012. All school districts in BC have been encouraged to find unique and innovative ways to design school with community use in mind and create places where people have better access to education and community services. Some of these services include an adult U-Learn Center as well as a child care program within the school. On September 12, 2011, a fire was started at the school. The newly renovated school was in a blaze, with fire trucks everywhere attempting to save it, but the inferno was too much and it was a matter of control. The fire seemed to be concentrated in the East Wing and administration areas formerly known as the Old Gym. The firemen were trying to save as much as possible of the historical auditorium and newer sections of the school, but the fire was just too strong. The auditorium was now ruined from the fire and would have to be torn down. This was a very difficult day for the people of Oliver, students, teachers, and all the history that went into flames. Students for the 2011 and 2012 years were in the middle of this renovation and had majority of their classes in portables. The renovation was expected to be done by September 2013, just in time for the new school year. The students were happy to have a new school to go to and happy to be out of the portables. There is still construction on the new auditorium, however, it is close to being finished.